It is time for a full-scale investigation into the role the legal profession is playing in our illegal immigration crisis. I have more than a strong suspicion that politically motivated lawyers are frustrating us at every turn, either to make money or to cause as much of a nuisance as possible so that Conservative policies fail and they get a Labour government. The latest madness is this fear of water rubbish. We are supposed to believe that people who paid people smugglers thousands of pounds to possibly put them in a boat, initially across the Mediterranean, were then so traumatised by what they saw that they continued to pay money to people smugglers to help them travel across hundreds of miles of perfectly safe bone-dry land, then paid them more money again to get in a dinghy and sail across the busiest shipping lane in the world. I think that the public has a right to take these legal claims with a massive pinch of salt. Shall we have a little look at some of the videos as well of people coming across on those small boats? I mean, that lot don't really look that traumatised by the water, do they? No, there's a couple of smiles, indeed, there. They don't really look like they'd be too uncomfortable on a stable barge. I think it's worth noting as well that one of the legal firms behind the last-minute legal challenges is reported in the Mail as being London-based Duncan Lewis, which apparently played a key role in challenging the government's Rwanda asylum scheme. Now, we have also seen an undercover sting operation where totally different solicitors, some of whom owned multi-billion-pound property empires and sent their kids to Eton, were taking cash in hand to fabricate claims to keep illegals in the country. I am convinced that some legal firms up and down the country are 100% at it when it comes to making bogus asylum claims, and that needs to be investigated. And if it is the truth, as I suspect it is, that the reality of the situation is that you can make a legal case for anybody at all that they have suffered some kind of trauma, and that you can simply make that up and get away with it, then this needs to be explained to the public. In light of how traumatised everybody coming across the channel apparently is, and how desperate they are for safe haven in the UK and only the UK, it is also worth reminding ourselves of this story from over the weekend. The same people smugglers getting people into Britain are also charging them around £2,500 to get them out of Britain if they've got in trouble with the law. So all of a sudden, it turns out that they weren't that traumatised by their journey, they aren't really the victims of human trafficking, they're actually customers of it, and countries other than Britain will do just fine. Frankly, there needs to be an investigation into whether or not certain crooked lawyers are essentially helping the human traffickers.